Sound off.
Good morning, Horry and Georgetown counties. We welcome you to Sound Off. Now, Sound Off is heard weekly on your favorite radio station. It's always our goal at Sound Off to deal with topics that are relevant to you, the community, and always relevant to our young people. Sound Off is very proud to be sponsored by Avant Auto Repair, located on Kates Bay Highway here in Conway. My name is Claudine Lance Schofield, but more importantly, Sound Off crew. My crew, would you like to introduce yourselves to Horry and Georgetown counties?
Good morning, it is Tyrell.
Hello. This is Raekwon.
Hey y'all, it's Emily.
And that's, you know what, I like that. Hello, Ray. That was on point.
I knew you would.
It's on point. And you know what, we had some serious shows, but now we're going to have a show of empowerment. We're going to learn about the JayCees. And so, Sound Off, let's give it up for Heather Vardell. Give it up.
Thank you.
And also Crystal Ramsey Dice. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, first of all, I want you to tell Horry and Georgetown counties a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to talk about what exactly are the JayCees or is the JayCees. So I'll begin with you, Heather. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Heather Vardell, and I reside in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm the current South Carolina JayCees state president.
Okay.
And I am Crystal Ramsey Dice, and I reside in Ocala, Florida, with my 9-year-old son and my husband, and I am the national president for the United States JayCees.
Okay, and we're so happy you're in Horry County, and certainly hope that you will enjoy yourself while you're here. But business at hand. Let's talk about what is the JayCees?
Well, the JayCees is a young person's organization between the ages of 18 and 41, and our whole focus is civic engagement, creating positive change, and making development opportunities for young people. So we're all focused on getting out there, making solutions for what's happening in our community, but at that time also learning how to run a business, create spreadsheets and handle manpower, do fundraisers, and all of those types of things as you're working to learn to be a good leader.
Okay, and I've heard, back in the day, I've always heard about the JayCees, but just recently I really haven't heard anything. So is that, one of the reasons why you're in Horry County?
Well, the main reason we are in Horry County is to jumpstart a new chapter in the local community.
Okay.
We haven't had one in about 5 years, so it is our goal by the end of this year to have at least one, possibly two in the area.
Okay, and what did you have, Ray?
Okay, I would like to know if JayCees is an acronym, and if so, what does it mean?
It actually is. The J and the C actually stand for Junior Chamber. So we used to be called the Junior Chamber when we first started back in the 20s, and then we kind of nicknamed ourselves the JayCees. So now we actually spell it out JayCees.
Okay.
Wow, okay. Let's see that. We would have never known that. I'm glad. I was going to ask that, Ray. Good looking out. And Emily, what did you have, sweetie?
I wanted to know how is it beneficial to the community, and how do you help out people?
Good.
Well, our focus this year is to work with the local officials, like the mayors and the Chamber of Commerce, the local school districts, to find out exactly what the need is in the community. I've traveled all around the state, and there's not one community in the state that has the same need as another community. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's to make a positive change in the local community here in Horry County, and to find what the exact needs are to make an impact in Horry County specifically. So our goal is to work with the local officials, school boards, to engage their young active citizens and create positive change here.
Wow, now that sounds like something that's needed. What did you have, Terrell?
Okay, so Miss Dice, is it? Yes. You're the national president, right?
Yes.
So I just want to know, why Conway? Why just stop by this little old town? What'd you come to start up?
This wonderful town, right?
Wonderful town, yes. We actually, my family and I are on a buzz tour. We work with an organization from the UN Foundation called Nothing But Nets, and basically their focus is sending bed nets to Africa. So we got involved with the organization because we are also an international organization, so we got involved that way to help out our members who are affected by malaria. And by doing that, we decided that we wanted to do something big. So we started out on a 16-state buzz tour back in June 10th, and you are actually our 14th state before we get home to Florida. And we wanted to come by here while President Heather was here and putting a chapter together, and kind of just say that, the national organization is here to help, and we don't always get to make it to every state or every city or every chapter. But it was kind of cool to get an opportunity to stop while everything's getting put into motion.
Cool
Okay.
beans, yo.
And I see the JC's, it says training organization, business organization, entrepreneur organization, a community service organization, and a social club. Let's touch on a little bit of that and kind of give us some clarity on exactly what all that means.
Well, we have a lot of different opportunities.
Okay.
A lot of times you find an organization, they just focus on one thing. You may
Okay.
have a group that just focuses on community service or a group that just focuses on networking and passing out your business card. We feel like we have everything. We have the opportunity to get community involved, to host projects, which gives you those leadership skills. If you're working next to somebody 10 hours a day painting a building or raising money, you get to learn about them, learn about who they are, start doing business with them as far as the networking goes, gets those opportunities. And then teaching you how to open and run your own business, which is a big focus for our members. Our organization was started in the 20s by a gentleman who couldn't be a part of the chamber because he didn't own his own business. So he was in that in-between spot of his life, and he found an organization that taught him how to run a business, own a business, and now he's the founder of our organization.
Wow. So what about some people that might be listening that owns the mom and pop type businesses and struggling, but want to have that organization that might help them to put a little spark in and get consumers to come back in? Would that be beneficial, or would the JCs be something that they should look into maybe partnering with?
I would say absolutely. I mean, in every state that we travel in and South Carolina, we promote our own members.
Okay.
So it's very important to us when you become a part of the organization that we sit down and say, what do you do?
Okay.
And what's happening in your business and how do we get involved? And we promote that to our members. Go in and facilitate, participate, go to their business because they're a part of us and they're a part of our family, and that's how we treat everybody.
Wow, I like that. So the family-oriented type.
Bond.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's important. Okay, Ray, what did you have, sweetie?
Okay, well, this sounds like something I want to become a part of. So, how would you become a part of this organization?
Well, the state organization has a website that's it's scjcees.org, and on there is a contact button and link. And if you email that, like if there's a contact form that you fill out, and that comes straight to my email, and I would respond directly to you. And if you're not in the Horry County area, there's the national organization, which is usjcees.org, and the national office can put you in touch with a local office, local chapter in your area.
But Ray, before we leave, we have an application for you to fill out. So
Cool.
you can be
Right,
part of the
there are
organization.
paper applications.
So what is it, 18 to 40?
18 to 40.
Okay, good. And so Ray just said that he wanted to be part of this, the JCs. But what I want, Heather and you, Crystal, this is your opportunity to take advantage of the listenership. We have several people listening. Now, how would you convince, not Ray, but say 18-year-olds or 18 to 40-year-olds, you should become part of the JCs? This is your opportunity. Convince them now.
I'll start by saying I would have never imagined as a college student the opportunities that I would have had as a JC. I started many years ago when I was in school, and I just wanted to participate in something because my chapter did a haunted house and I thought it was fun.
Right.
And now, so many years later, I've traveled abroad. I've been to Japan and Taiwan and Dominican Republic. I have traveled all across the
Wow.
United States. Yes, and all of it is paid for and taken care of by the organization because I'm a national officer. So huge deal there. We're an international organization. We encompass 120 countries and 200,000 members. But I think the biggest thing for me is watching the impact. I learned on this trip that the hospital that I was born in was built and opened 8 months before I was born by the JCs.
Wow.
So we do that. North Carolina JCs built a burn center. We have the Wheeling JCs in West Virginia who built a recycling plant, and their members work the plant and now have a job. So it's, economic, and also we're sustainable with the community. So I think it's endless, the things that you can do as a part of this organization. You come to us with an idea and you get excited, and we get behind you and we make that idea happen. So you have that opportunity on top of anywhere I go into in the United States. If I roll in and there's a JC chapter, I call and say, I'm coming into town. Can we hang out? What do you have going on? So you also have that additional family piece. So it's unreal, the potential and things that you can do as part of the JCs.
Okay. And then Heather, why did you get involved?
It also can help you on a personal level. I know 4 years ago when I joined, if you had told me that you will be state president speaking in front of 40, 50 people, or on a radio show speaking to thousands of people, I would have said, you're crazy. I would never
Right.
have the nerve to even do that. And so it's helped me in my confidence level. I know young man who was a very introvert stood in the corner. He's a definition of a wallflower, and now he's a vice president of our local chapter and is giving monthly reports, winning state awards, and he is just blossomed into an amazing person. He's on track to be our local president in 3 years. You know, just on a personal level, it can take you from 0 to 60 if you allow it to.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm convinced. I'm telling you, sounds like a wonderful organization, and I'm sure you'll have some people that would like to get in contact with you. So what I want you to do is kind of do a recap. If you have people that might be interested in the organization, let's go ahead and give some information about that.
Well, the state website is southcarolinajaycees.org, and there is a contact button on there with a form that you just fill out, and it has a little paragraph blurb about yourself and what you're looking for, and that all comes directly to my personal email, and I will contact you back. If you are not in the Horry County area but are in the South Carolina area, I can put you in touch with the local chapter. We do have 24 chapters around the state. And then on the national level, it's usjaycees.org, and our national headquarters office can put you in touch with a local chapter in your state.
And you know, one thing I want to do, let's emphasize the fact that it's not exclusive. It's not a white organization, a black organization, a Hispanic organization. Could you touch on that a little bit? You're looking for members.
Absolutely. Anyone between the ages of 18 and 40 who's looking for an opportunity to become involved, be active citizens, create positive change in your community. Doesn't matter your race, your gender. As long as you fit into that age group, we welcome you and we want to share your ideas and definitely come out and participate. President Heather said we have 697 chapters across the U.S., 20,000 members. So if there's not a chapter in your area, just like what we're doing here in Conway, we'll come in, we'll have those conversations, we'll start that ball rolling to get those chapters in your area if you're excited and want to be a part of what we're doing.
Sound Off team, let's show some love to Heather Bardell and Crystal Ramsey Dice. Appreciate you coming in. Now at Sound Off, we never allow you to leave without giving you the opportunity to shout some people out. So this is your opportunity. Who would you like to shout out?
If I do not do a shout out to my son Aaron, who is 9 years old and thinks he's famous because he's on YouTube, I will be in big trouble. So
we got to shout Aaron out.
Definitely shout out to Aaron and also my husband James. They actually are down in Edisto hanging out at the beach while President Heather and I are working. So they're going to have fun.
Everybody say good. What's your baby's name again?
Aaron.
Everybody say good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Aaron. He's big time now. Who would you like to shout out, Heather?
I'll give a shout out just to the 2013 exec team. Y'all have worked so hard this year to create positive change in South Carolina.
I would like to give a shout out to my establishment of work. I'd like to thank y'all for even giving me the opportunity to have a job there. And, I love it. It's fun. I'd like to give a shout out to Coastal Carolina. I'll see y'all in about 2 weeks or so. And I can't wait to stay there. I'm excited to learn. And go Shines.
I would like to give a shout out as well to Coastal Carolina University for accepting me, the state of South Carolina for my scholarships, and the president guy over the graphic design parts, because he was really nice and cool and he told me some really good information. So yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to just Conway High School and the class of 2015.
And as always, a very special shout out goes out to this very fine radio station. Michelle and Tracy Hall on the ones and twos. Got to shout you out. And you know what? Everybody say good morning to Michael Lynch.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lynch.
Good morning to Mr. Lynch. I'm telling you, so happy to have you in the studios on this morning. Got to shout out Ronald Edge that listens to Sound Off every Saturday morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Edge. And also to our sponsor. Good morning to you, Sly. Avant Auto Repair located on Case Bay Highway here in Conway. Horry and Georgetown counties, until next week, God bless you. And remember, we sound off and
You
can sound off too.
This has been a 4x4 Entertainment production.